Well, I was up in the clouds, so all I saw was a lot of volcanic ash. I'm sure at times some of our players saw it, but I mean, you can have as much structure as you like, but if you blatantly turn the ball over, particularly backward of your centre, you're going to pay an enormous penalty. You can make a mistake under pressure, and it's up to the player to make sure he doesn't make that mistake again. But the blatant ones are the ones that really offloaded the team and gave the team no chance, and we have to work harder because of it. So, I haven't got the stats, but I know how much of a problem it was for us.
So you could probably make some excuses here, but it sounds like you're not making that area.
No, I think if we look to injury and losing two players throughout the course of the game, under that duress, your players become a little bit more fatigued than normal, but reality is they should be able to hold their own regardless.
And in that last quarter, you had 6 fair play cards on the ball, which was reasonably uncomfortable in the end. Is it not acceptable in that area?
It's more the when the moment presents itself, it's how the players handle it individually. And I mean, it just happened too easy after half time. And is it indicative of playing a young team while we were playing a young team? So, I made it the point to our guys that most of our players have been around for 3 years that play today. Tendai's 25, Nick Lowe's only been here for a year, but he's been around the system for so they're 3 year plus players. So what they've got to be able to do is work through the situation. Okay, well, what's happened in those 3 years, and why get to the stage like this and then have issues like we do today? Because regardless, as I said, regardless of who we had in the team today, we should be better than that.
So whatever happened out there today, but that's one of your duties today.
The way that we, I wouldn't say we handed. I mean, you got to give credit to Melbourne the way they played, but if you give it straight back to them in certain areas of the ground, you're going to get punished badly and quickly. And then the whole mindset of the opposition changes. They go from wondering or thinking their way through situations to just going on the attack.
Are you at a critical point in your season now?
Well, I think everyone is in between, that sort of 5th or 6th place and sort of 12th place. We're all, it's the mid-year and testing times and.
Not many of them got in terms of selection more. There's not many clubs in that area who've got the players that usually are. So
no, well,
you're at a pretty critical stage.
From an availability point of view, yes. Barlow played today, but as you could see, he needed to run. But to his credit, there was some involvements there. The real issue we'll have moving forward is who we play in coming weeks, knowing that we have got some guys coming back. But having said that, are they match fit? Are they match hardened? Have they got the touch there for AFL? So that's always going to be the delicate situation.
What about Barlow? Obviously, didn't butcher it a bit, but you were happy with the position.
Well, he's got that unique and uncanny ability to be able to find the ball whilst he's still progressing with his feel for the game again. So, yeah, look, he had his moments. He got tackled a few times. He has got some tricks. I'm sure in coming weeks you'll find that he'll be able to expose that a lot more than he did today. It's probably what we expected, to be honest.
A few more injury concerns today.
Yeah, Crowley just backseas, bending over for the ball. Would expect maybe he might be all right, but just one of those things when you get a back spasm, sometimes you can't alleviate it for a couple of days, and I think he's one of them. Who else was there? Grover, small abductor tear, maybe 1 week. Pavlich has just got stood on with stops, so it's just a sprig, so he's okay. Apart from that, nothing else. I don't. No, that's what I'm talking. Pav, he got stood on with stops, so he's okay. Yeah, he's okay. Knee, he got some patella tendonitis. So. I think he would be available for selection next week. Yeah. That's.
How hard was that to watch?
Look, I think there was a period in the second quarter where we were sort of Melbourne we're putting enough pressure on Melbourne and we're starting to expose him pushing forward. I think it was halfway during the third quarter that we still had more inside 50s in them. But the fact is they scored too easy. And you know, when we lost Grover earlier, they were manipulating the situation down in their back. In our back 50, they were taking a lot of our younger players to the goal square at times. They should be able to handle that. Brad Green was probably the instigator early, and then we had to put McFarlane to him to quieten him down. And then some of our younger defenders probably got caught. It was a handful for them, you know. But having said that, it's still a lot of the time came down unpressured too, on the back of turnovers, easy turnovers.
Players have got up so well under Sunday's injury block, but it seems like it's a little bit fell down a bit today.
Yeah.
And do you feel it's slipping away a little bit?
No, not at all. When you go through something like we are at the moment, you're going to fluctuate, unfortunately. But it's how you come back the following week, and the experience of the team and the leadership of the team understands that this competition is open, and don't necessarily dwell on your own performance at the expense of you not playing well the following week.
How crucial do these two games at home become?
Whilst the two games that we've got is effectively we don't travel for 3 weeks, which is a good thing from a team point of view. So it gives us a real chance to make sure that we can get back to camp and make sure that we have this surrounding at our home ground where the opposition find it very daunting.
What about players coming back out? Is Sandland any chance?
To be honest, I think Sandilands and Valentine would be a chance to push up for selection. Yeah. Roger Hayden's 2 weeks. No, Roger Hayden's 2 weeks down the track, and so is Silvani for that matter. So, but once again, it's whether the trick is whether you bring them all back too early.
It hasn't been a great record at the MCG in the last few years.
No, it hasn't. We haven't played. I haven't gone back and had a look at the stats, but we haven't played. I think we might have played here 4 times in the last 2 years. I haven't looked beyond that. Would have liked to have more experience out there playing during that time. Even if you go back to the final last year, we had quite a bit of injuries ourselves. So, I don't think it's not the ground. It's not the ground at all. It's just hopefully we have our moment at the right time.
You're pretty disappointed today. What sort of message do you sell about the fight that you're in for now to sort of keep the season afloat?
No different to what it was last week when we beat Essendon.
It was pretty disappointing today.
Yeah, you guys. You guys can dramatise the day and how you perceive it. That's fine. That's your job. Our job is to make sure that we get the group back on track as quickly as we can. We understand that there would be a frustration from a supporting point of view today, particularly the guys that travelled from WA that may have had delayed flights, particularly those ones. And all I can say is that right at this very moment, it is a testing time. It is, no question.